Wrong on all 3 accounts, but good guess.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just saw one of them move.
You're watching my previous stream and noticed my lockpick shortage. Did you know Fane can use his fingers as lockpicks? Mega Kayor? I did not know that. So if I gave Fane the thievery skill, unless he can detach his fingers or something, he can actually pick the lock. That's a really cool touch. I had no idea that was a thing. I'm going to try that next time we find a lock. Cheers. Place your hand upon the jar.
The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness.
Hey, enjoying Game of Thrones, Nicodemus? It's good, season 1, 2, 3, and 4. It gets beyond that. I can't remember where it turns iffy. But there is a point, you'll recognise it further down the road, where about 10 different interesting plot lines just get swept off the table in the stroke of a pen. All because it's probably too much work to sort all those different plots and intrigues out, so let's just remove them all into the bin. And yeah, that's when it turned for me. I won't say any more than that.
As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex.
I'm not going home with Brachus Rex.
He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Why does everyone want to talk to me about that? In that case, I will just leave that jar alone for a second and see what they say.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
He committed his crimes out of pain, not malice. He ought to be forgiven. Who was wrong? The lizard? Selfishness, unneeded pain. I don't know which one to go for here. I'm going to go for the he ought to be forgiven one.
I can't help but sympathize with him. He just wanted to go home.
No amount of loneliness excuses wickedness. He helped a monster for selfish reasons.
What he did shames his people.
Not quite sure what he did. I'm going to smash it.
The pictograms on the jar stand. You see a shape emerge from the ruins of the broken jar. A lizard in the finest necromancer robes. It grudgingly nods at you as it starts to fade from the mortal realm.
Good night, Tom. See you next time.
Farewell to flesh. Farewell to bone. Farewell.
This jar glitters and glows. From within you think with a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking as all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting in your gut.
Smash it.
The jar shatters like glass, but a spirit rises from the shards like smoke. The ghost of a dwarf, bedecked in necromancer robes, winks and blows you a kiss before slowly fading to nothing.
Well, that's the best offer.
Thank you. My death waits.
The vision fades.
Any sins can be forgiven under the right circumstances. Is that true? I'll try that one.
She must have been acting against Brachus Rex, for him to have come for her like that.
It sounds like that.
Keeping the dead as slaves. What a disgusting display. She deserved every punishment she got.
Beast has little sympathy for these lots.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserved.
Those two hate necromancers. Fane's not so forced. This is interesting. Just breaking these up. Now this one. Gratiana's soul jar. Oh, that's interesting. Because she's the priest at the place here, right? I'm not smashing this one. I'm going to take this back to her.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen.
Hi, Pan. How are you tonight? Right, I'm taking this one back.
The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana.
Reach out.
As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Yeah, I'm going to take that one with me. That one's going to be interesting, I think.
The terrible vision fades.
Gratiana used the pain and deaths of others for her pleasure. She should be damned until the end of time. I'm going to say that one.
While she lived a selfish life, she seems to have repented. She should be forgiven.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
This is a 100% turnaround from Beast. He just, yeah, whatever a person may have done in life, apart from that dwarf necromancer I talked about 5 minutes ago, who deserves eternal damnation.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
Yeah, complete turns around in those characters. Curious, yeah, I'm nicking that. I've been looting up all the paintings, Pan. They're my main source of income, I think. I am an art thief. I wonder if there's an achievement called the art thief. Okachima, welcome to the stream. And Will Griezmer, thanks, folks. And Big George, is that Beale George? Thanks, everyone. Sorry if I've missed any notifications. Oh, hang on. What's this? This is something different.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism.
There's something strange about this statue. Look it over with great care.
As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
Oh, God.
That shrine seems to have brought me here.
Well,
What is this place?
this is either very good or very bad.
Where are we? No leaves, no trees, no soil.
That thing's managed to come with me, though.
This is horrific.
All right, let's go for a wander. There's someone to talk to down here. I would have loved to have taken a wheelbarrow down and emptied all those gold coins out. They were rightfully mine, I think. Doesn't gold look so tempting when you see it in games like that? Or the old Scrooge McDuck
The
cartoons?
helmeted figure before you slowly turns to face you. He raises his weapon, a great ethereal sword, and rushes forward, ready to strike you.
Raise your own weapon. Whoever this figure is, they're going to regret challenging you. Hold up both hands and shout for the figure to stop. You are not its enemy.
The figure plants a foot before you, raises his sword, and commands,
Fight!
Raise your weapon, prepare to sidestep his attack, and strike back.
The figure charges you head on, ready to plunge the sword into your chest. As he charges, he suddenly evaporates into the ether, passing through your body. Deep, dark cold blooms in every particle of your body. The figure materializes behind you and grabs your head with one hand, pressing his sword to your throat with the other. If you so much as breathe too suddenly, it will slice your jugular with ease.
That sounds like cheating to me.
You are my champion? How I wasted my efforts saving you as the ship went down.
Rallick. You saved me? Telling me is quickly losing your fealty if you are indeed what he says.
The time for fealty is gone. The fight to survive is the only remaining battle. The divine is dead. Voidwoken haunt the night. Do you think I would let my people, our people, suffer so deeply without intervening? I chose you to be my champion, but it seems I've chosen wrong.
Telling me against a man of matter and substance, you wouldn't have been caught off guard. That is true.
Not all our enemies are of the flesh. You will have to do battle with as many spectres as men if we are to survive.
He lowers his sword, releases you from his grasp, and turns you to face him.
I wonder if I've made a mistake in you.
Right, the time for mysteries is over. What are you talking about?
Recognize me. You are my champion, and I am your god.
He lifts his visor. Two deep green eyes fix you in their stare. In an instant, you know you are speaking to Rallick, god of all humans.
That would have been nice to know before. Okay, why did you attack me?
I had to test you, to know if when I chose you, I chose well.
I wonder if there was a right option I could have picked from that.
I see a spark in you. The beginnings of a fire that may blaze our path back to preeminence in Rivellon. This is why I've chosen you. To lead humankind back toward divinity.
This is why you are my selected. My Godwoken.
Godwoken?
Let me show you.
A great surge of power arrests your heart, your mind. When it passes, you feel ecstatic, replete.
Nice. You've learned the Bless skill, which allows you to bless existing surfaces, clouds, items, and characters. Using it, you can also cleanse curse status. So, if... I guess, say if there's a pile of undead in a steam cloud, and if I blessed it, would that then damage them? Well, let's play with this. Anyway, we can get those cursed items into use now. That is good. Rub your hands together. Feel the power that swells between your palms. I bet it'd be nice, actually. What sort of power is this?
You may have noticed I've tried to help you on your journey. I blessed the water beneath your feet so that it would aid you. Now you have the power for yourself.
Well mentioned, Massive. Yes, that cursed lever in the vault. I asked about... We worked out we had to bless that or remove the curse, and I was wondering if we could get scrolls of bless or something. I had actually forgotten until you just mentioned that now. Cheers. I mean, maybe the game would have told us in the story to go back there, but yeah. Cheers.
And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. Only one like you can wield them.
Brinley's mom. Thanks for the follow.
One marked for greatness. One who can either rise to this great task or let his people fall to ruin.
And what do you want me to do?
Your purpose will be great, but the first step is simple. Escape the grasp of those who would do you harm.
Well, that's obvious.
You and you alone must safely leave this place. You and you alone must rise above the reach of minor people.
I've made friends here. You care for them and would see them safely out of harm's reach too.
Rallick visibly bristles at the mention of your companions.
I am not the only of the seven seeking a champion, my child. Your friends may have been similarly summoned by powers that threaten the very existence of our race.
He casts his gaze over the war below, where God fights God in a relentless, bloodless battle.
Times have changed. The gods are at war. The victor will choose the terms of peace. If we fail, if you fail, our race may well be lost. A father knows when he may trust in his children, and when he must intervene. I know that you will succeed, if you choose it. Do not disappoint me.
As the fathers go, I think he's a bit of a bastard. New skill, Bless. And where has that gone? Do I have to memorize it? Right, that's Bless. Not enough source points? Oh, so you need... Ah, but there was source down in that crypt by that vault thing, wasn't there? So that's okay. Okay, so I need to find somewhere with source on tap, drink the stuff, and decurse all those items. Well, that's good. That's good. We're going somewhere. Hang on, we can talk to this thing now. Really?
Blessed branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer.
Oh, that's Sir Laura. I thought Sir Laura was some human who was helping people out of the dungeons. What was that guy called then?
Interesting. You thought it was interesting, Quercus? Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom, seeing the giant races fall like leaves in frost, hearing the screams of...
Rallic is a bit close to phallic, and it's no coincidence. He sounds like a bit of a knob.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm.
As we say round here.
Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the great acorn, not hide from it.
Saving the world is no small task. How can I help, little squirrel?
It's already helping more than it knows, Quercus. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the Great Acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in.
Okay. No. I can do more than just kill Voidwoken.
Quercus! Quercus! It thinks it can use magic at our level. I don't know if that's adorable or just sad.
Do you know, I'm tempted to just throw this thing into a furnace as we're passing one, just pit of lava. Then a quiet life.
No, I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well, I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to forge one spell, if it will keep you happy. One.
I'll take a spell.
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of magic and see how to combine them in a new way.
There, maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, you're welcome, but can we please get on and save the world now?
What's it taught me? Erratic... Oh, it's given me a book. Okay. And what's this, Pan? You're saying Resident Evil Village is a good addition? I haven't played any Resident Evil game ever. But I'm guessing that I don't really need... It doesn't really matter. I don't need to sort of play them through to be able to enjoy this Village one. I'll see if I can get hold of a copy. If I can get hold of a copy for free from the developer or publisher, I might put a stream on that. I imagine everyone else is streaming it at the moment. So where's this book that I just picked up? Can I please have... Always. Can I not set this as a default? That hasn't helped. Is that it? Nope. Where's it gone? Is it given to another character? He just gave... Have I just learnt it then? Rather than... There's nothing new there. It looked like he handed me a skill book, but what was it? It wasn't that chameleon cloak. Hang on, it'll say in my log, won't it? It does not. I'm tempted to rewatch the stream to see what it was. It's a recipe? What did he give me? And where do we see it? There's a crafting thing down here. It's nice to be able to go through and see all the stuff here, actually. It's under crafting recipes. Oh, the erratic wisp. That was it. Thank you. So what's it under? Potion. Grenade. Object. A glowing idol of rebirth. Ooh, okay. Runes. Grimoire. Grimoire. Oh, it is a grimoire, okay. Right, so I can make an erratic wisp skill book. Does it tell me what it does? I need Aerothurge and any huntsman skill book. An erratic wisp. Well, it sounds like... I can imagine it's some, like, angry, wispy, demon-y... wisps are, like, small demon things, aren't they? Floaty things. I remember Willow the Wisp, which was a TV show I watched as a kid. Not like solid demons, like floaty spectral demons, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be making that anyway, but we'll see. So the remakes of the first 3 Resident Evil games are very much worth it. Not to mention Resident Evil 7 and The Village. I might give a look. So this thing is going to give me 40% air resistance and teleports you when you get attacked. No, that's okay. That's okay, Oka64. I don't mind. I'll probably forget about making lots of those things, so I don't consider that a spoiler. That's okay. I don't know whether I want to be teleported when I get attacked. I guess it'd be useful in certain situations. Oh, there's a lever here, which turns that off and lets us out. Cheers. Cortex Chocolate. What a name. Thanks for the follow. Did we... We should be able to leave this place voluntarily now. If I can remember the way out. Let's cross there. Random direction. Oh my god. You get teleported in a random direction when you get hit. That could go, like, really bad, couldn't it? Hang on, I want to be... Where do I want to be? Is that it? Is that the... Oh, there it is. Okay. Couldn't tell where I'd come in from. Sir Laura is now a trusted ally. So where do we go first? I think we go back... There's a lot went on there. There's a lot went on there. But I think we're going to go back to... the Sanctuary. I want to talk to her about it. I want to wade into this blessed water stuff. Just applies healing. I thought it might have applied source. I was probably a little bit optimistic. I don't want to take Fane through that because he's going to get hurt.
And? Have you found them? Did you bring the soul jars?
Soul jars? You wanted the soul jars? I thought she wanted the wands. I found one soul jar and brought it back. I found hers. I didn't bring the others. I've been to the vault and recovered the wand.
You have? That's wonderful, of course. But tell me, did you see anything else? Did you find any soul jars?
Well... I found them and I had some questions. I've broken half of them.
Questions? There is no time for questions. Just give me the jars.
You seem very keen to get your hands on these jars.
You don't understand. You couldn't understand. Please, I need it. Please give it to me.
Why so impatient? What are you hiding?
Hiding? Impatient.
She reaches up and tears off her mask, revealing a wet skull, stained by centuries. You stare into the empty eye sockets of the undead creature before you.
Which is what we expected now, knowing that we've found a soldier.
You dare speak to me of hiding? You dare speak to me of patience? I have waited centuries, watching lives come and go, while my soul lies locked in a cage. I have been patient enough. Return to me what is mine. Return my soul, you insolent pup.
I'm going to hand over the jar. She puts her mask back on. She looks like she's suffered enough. Although being called an insolent pup, I'm not so keen on it now, but I'll hand it over.
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet.
Ooh,
Oh, goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face.
It wasn't quite the feeling I was expecting her to have, but hey, I have that effect on all the ladies, even undead ones, apparently. Ask what happened to her.
I suppose you deserve to know. Before I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex. But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen.
Stare in horror. She's responsible for the Magister's purging ones.
Not I. They are older than Brachus. Ancient relics from a bygone age. He uncovered them. I merely encouraged him to explore their promise.
Their promise? What are you talking about?
These weapons do not kill, but maim in the most horrible way. With them, you can steal the source of your enemies and make it your own.
So that's how Brachus became so powerful, draining source from his enemies.
Yes, he drained the power of his enemies in battle, and then his political enemies at home, and then the slaves that displeased him. As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous.
Well, what do you expect? You led him down quite a dark path.
Armadia, forgive me. It's true. As he grew distant, I just pushed harder. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came, until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless.
It's her fault then. Observe that whatever crimes you committed in the past, you seem to be making up for them now. Yes, that's what my companions told me to say.
Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
Okay, I'm going to rest a hand on her shoulder and say I'm glad you found the way.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
I'm not too sure. I trust her though. What's she selling?
Take us home.
I don't think I have anyone with 2 points in that yet. Shocking touch. We want who is it? This character. Did I buy? Oh, I'm going to see. We might buy teleport. I need a teleport spell. It's far too good not to have. Hey Tom, welcome back.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil. But Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me.
How did you escape?
Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
Was that the 2 source hunters from the first game?
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, brother.
Reach out and squeeze her tight. Go on, I'm going to do it then. Thank her for her tale and for trying to live a good life.
She starts to speak, but chokes back a sob instead.
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
Yes, the NPCs in the background of dialogues in the last game were overpowering sometimes. I think that's a reference to the first game. I don't remember the name Gratiana. Or there was a Cassandra, I remember. But I don't know. Oh, we can have a new bow. for Beast. It's not bad. Price finesse 12. Plus 6 initiative. Oh, that sounds really good. Or a magical sewn scale helmet. Plus 1. Oh, it requires strength, pyrokinetic. Okay. Magical leather boots.
Blessed Amadi. Grant
That's
these
nice
soldiers
armor.
your
Oh, it's finesse.
protection.
It's for Beast.
I
Intelligence
pray you will
12.
strengthen their spells and set their blades
14
aflame.
hit points though. That's a huge upgrade. Beast has a
I pray you
good
will
weapon at the
bless their
moment.
armor, so no curse may pass it.
No one's really going to be able to
I pray
use
you
that.
see them safe.
I'm going to go for the
this in your
spellcaster's
hands.
fingers.
He's here to take us home.
And then, once we've sorted that out... No! 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 Don't do that. Don't do that. Come over here. Don't before you die. Right, let's try this again. I need you one. Did I learn teleport?